Nobody is passing out edibles to your kids on Halloween. It's not a thing. It's something they talk about every year. They try to scare you with it. Oh, parents, be warned. The candies that they sell inside of dispensaries look just like the candies that your kids are going to be eating on Halloween. Except the only difference is the one in the dispensary costs like 30 times more. Nobody's passing out edibles to your kids. It's October now. This is something that I hear about every year. It's just like random news outlets. I think it's really popular in like non-legal states. I don't even know, but they try to scare parents into being scared of edibles. Like, I don't even know where it comes from. There's never even like cases of it. Nobody's ever reported like, oh my God, we found Florida man passing out edibles to kids. Like, it's never happened. Poison control centers that deal with people taking too much edibles, sometimes they don't have an uptick in people calling around Halloween wondering why little Billy ate 4 boxes of Cheez-Its and he's been staring at the wall for 8 hours. It just doesn't happen. People aren't giving your kids candy with weed in it. It's so much more likely for your kids to get edibles from you on accident than from a stranger. Strangers just aren't buying edibles or making edibles and passing them out to your kids, which this is wild, right? You can see where this comes from. You can see, well, the candies look just like the candies, right? If you're making edible gummy worms, they look just like gummy worms, right? You can see how somebody might accidentally consume something, accidentally eat something they really didn't mean to. But like Halloween candy itself is even expensive. I was at CVS the other day and just like one of those like decent sized bags with a bunch of variety on it was $35. I remember looking at this bag going, there's no way there's $35 of candy in a bag this big. There's bags next to it for like $8 that just didn't have Halloween branding on it. Like, they're already ripping people off who are passing out candy on Halloween. They're already charging you like twice as much for the candy. Nobody's spending 20 times as much to get infused candy to pass it out to your kids. Nobody's making the big old batch of distillate edibles or something just to pass out to your kids. I don't think people really do homemade snacks anymore. Like, you get everything sealed, right? I remember when I was a kid, sometimes you would get some stuff that wasn't in a seal. Oh, I made brownies for you. Oh, I made cookies. I usually threw that shit away anyway. Like, I don't want your brownies. I just want candy. But October's one of the best months. I mean, it's got Halloween in it. I still don't understand how people do sober October. Like, I was talking about this the other day on my Twitch stream, but sober October is like a real thing. People are sober the entire month of October. You mean to tell me the month that has costume parties every weekend and tons of candy, you're gonna be sober the whole time? Girls are out here trying to push the levels of sluttiness with their costumes, and they're seeing what they can turn into a slutty version of itself, and you're gonna be sober the whole time? Horror movies, slasher films, scary movies are like 100 times better to watch in October, and you're gonna do that sober? I feel bad for you, buddy. If you've elected into doing sober October, I feel bad for you. Like, just because it rhymes, you're gonna do it? Like, just be sober in August. August is boring as hell. October's when we got a party, bro. There's costume parties every weekend, and you're sober. I'm always a big fan of this time of year. I really like Halloween. I like movies that are scary. Things that you wouldn't normally watch, like Hocus Pocus is such a good movie, but I'm not gonna watch that in February. Plus, sometimes I think around Halloween, even though they charge more for candy, you see more stuff. You see like the weirder stuff that you don't always see. Those variety packs start to include more things where you're like, ooh, I haven't seen those in a while. Oh, and the pro tip for a Halloween joke you can do that nobody can laugh at, nobody can enjoy, but I still think it's funny. I used to, like, every year I'd put on my door, like, take one free piece of candy, just don't take the bowl in the chair like you did last year. I'd put this sign on my door, and I would never put a bowl in a chair, so people would just come up to my door, see the sign, assume somebody stole my bowl and chair again, and left going, haha, somebody stole from that guy again. I don't know why. I've done it several times. I think it's hilarious. Anyway, follow me on Twitch. I go live after 9 p.m. Eastern for a smoke sesh. I hope you have a lit day, my dudes.